I know many of the Jackson State faithful, include myself, and saying, man, this is unbelievable. I mean, this game was so unbelievable. I'm trying to figure out, did these two teams actually change uniforms before the start of the game? I mean, the ASU players put on the Jackson State uniform and the Jackson State players put on the ASU uniform, because I'm trying to understand what's going on. But you know what, guys? I'm going to tell you this. Every time Jackson State is undefeated and they meet daggone Alabama State to play to see if that undefeated streak is going to keep going, you know what? They ended up losing to them. This is the second time this has happened. Guys, we got Jalen Jones missing open receivers that should still be running the damn ball, probably up 20 somewhere, Highway 20 or your local highway right now, running for multiple touchdowns. We got daggone questionable coaching decisions, not to mention every time, like I said, every time JSU and Alabama State play one another, if JSU beats Alabama State come back to beat them 2-1 or 4-2. Let's unpack this thing right now, guys, and get into this thing. But first, I want to make sure everybody's strapped in, because we're going to jump right on off into this thing, guys, and just let it be what it be, because I know a lot of you guys out there scratching your head still right now saying, man, what in the is going on? But without further ado, guys, welcome back to Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. That's right, guys. Subscribe to the channel. We're blowing up this algorithm, guys. I appreciate all the new family members that have joined us thus far. Let's continue to keep going higher and higher, guys. And guess what? I got something phenomenal coming down the pipe, guys, but we got to meet this one threshold. I want to tell you what the threshold is first, but I want to see if everybody just going to go ahead and jump on in with me, guys. Let's go ahead and partner up together and keep this daggone experience going higher and higher. But, guys, without further ado, we just going to go, whoa. I keep forgetting that every time I get so excited. I keep forgetting to let everybody. Got to follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. But without further ado, we just gonna talk about it. When you got Nugget and the JSU defense out there leaving their stamp on the field, giving JSU offense an opportunity to win the game, and we still find a way to come up short. I mean, you got Nugget with the interception, not to mention he go ahead and return a kick for it to be called back, saying that he stepped out of bounds, run up the sideline. I mean, we got crazy coaching decisions by the head coach, offensive coordinator, and defensive coordinator. You know, that was costly to the Tigers today. I mean, Coach Prime not, putting his faith in the kicker to kick that extra point that would have put them up 22. Was it 22? Would have been 22-14 at the time. I mean, that was big right there. He believed in the defense, which the defense kept him in the game. We understood all of that. But the offense was just sputtering all daggone day long. I mean, you had Jalen Jones, he just wasn't reading the defense at all. I don't know if his mind wasn't in the game or what was happening. I mean, it was just too much to unpack, as far as with where this could go. I mean, I could talk about this on and on and on and on. Probably make several videos on this. But, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The offense just didn't look the same today. And to be real with you, you got to give credit where credit is due. That daggone Alabama State defensive line, 94, 92, and 96, oh, my God. Where the heck did they find them big boys at? Because I'm trying to tell you, them boys was not getting moved up out of there at all. I mean, listen, I said in the pregame video, I kept telling everybody, watch that pregame video. Guys, there was nowhere in the world JSU was going to run that ball up the middle today. They just weren't. Everything was on the outside for them today. Everything. If they wanted a big game, they had to set it up, bust a play out to the outside, off the tackle, and it was off to the races. Either for Jalen Jones or either for Tyson Alexander, it was money all day long. But for some strange reason, we kept trying to run up the middle. And I mean, I get it. You setting it up for you to hit them outside, but you was running out of time because guess what? We was behind in the game today. Everybody's questioning, why in the world did the defensive coordinator for Jackson State, why Coach Thurman set up the defense in the manner in which they did, where you had number 20, Ezra Gray, bust one for 50 yards and sealed the daggone game for today? Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. I said to you guys, they got two backs. They're all gas, no brakes, and they showed it today. Guys, look, this young man ran for almost 190 yards against Jackson State defense today. That was, unheard of. I mean, he hit two of them back to back. I think it was like one for 50 and one for 47. I'm sitting here like, God, dog, if anybody going to cover that edge, I said if the defense does not come up the field and stay in their lanes, they're going to get burned. And guess what happened? We left a crease to the outside that let Ezra Gray bust up out of there on him. And guess what? He to the house. And he's sitting there, he pointing at you on the sideline, looking at the camera like, yeah, I told y'all I am that deal. But you know what? But I'm gonna get. Hey, I can't just stop with him. Number 13, daggone the redshirt freshman quarterback, Ryan Nettles. Man, look here. Ryan Nettles looked like Jalen Jones in the game against Mississippi Valley State, and Jalen Jones looked like Ryan Nettles in the game against Southern. That's how twisted this game was today. I mean, I'm sitting there like this kid. I mean, he hit everything that he. Listen, the first daggone 5 passes that he threw was completions. He finally threw one out there. The defense finally got settled. The defensive backs finally got settled, and they were able to go ahead and get one of those passes, knocked away to where the receiver wasn't able to catch it. Man, look, all I'm gonna tell you is this: that big number 19, number 19, the receiver for Alabama State. Hey, they got some big receivers out there. They got some talent on their offensive side and defensive side of the ball. I said to you guys before, if JSU did not put a helmet on number 4, Colton Bubba Adler, they did not put a daggone helmet on that kid. That kid was going to disrupt everything that was going on in that offense today. And guess what? He did exactly that. I mean, they had 3 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions. I mean, guys, what are we talking about here? I mean, back to Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones is at the line of scrimmage, and I mean, it's almost like you see the defense on your left-hand side is loaded up. That's the strong side. You know they coming at you. Even though you have them spread it out on that side, they're still bringing multiple defensive players on that side to take off on your behind, and yet still we don't change the coverage. We got one on this side. We don't change the block. We got 1 on this side, 3 over here. I'm like, change the formation, do something. Yes, I had my coaching hat on. I was yelling at TV so much, it was terrible. Matter of fact, it got so bad, I had my daggone phone with me watching the live stream, and I got to shout out my boy Cut Day Sports. I appreciate you, bro, for shouting us out on your channel. But I'm sitting there watching the daggone live feed, and I'm in the car in traffic. I'm sitting there yelling and screaming at the daggone phone. I got the people around me looking at me like, God, dog, what's going on with this man? I had to roll my window. I apologize. I'm a coach. I love football. I'm watching the HBCU ball game right now between Jackson State and Alabama State, and this thing is crazy. But let me get back on topic. Like I said before, guys, I said in the pregame video that I dropped yesterday, I kept telling everybody, I said, these guys got some ballers on their side of the ball, and you cannot take this team lightly. This team ain't nothing to play with. And if you think they are a joke, guess what? Jackson State, they see Southern next. Yes, Southern was in a dogfight with these guys also. So if you didn't pay attention to that Southern film, man, oh my God. Hey, Alabama State is going to shock some folks. Not only did they shock Jackson State, they're about to shock some more people in this SWAC come this year. If you ain't got your game face on to play these boys are coming with it. You had number 2, Ja'Cory Merritt. Ja'Cory Merritt got kicked out. He got ejected from the game. And he got ejected from the game. And the crazy thing, because of a targeting call on an interception that Nettles had threw, that I believe Nugget had caught that interception. They was trying to return the ball for a touchdown. Dig this. Daggone, trying to hold him up. Merritt comes, try to make the tackle, try to draw the ball loose. It didn't happen. He's ejected. Daggone, Ezra Gray went into the phone booth, put on his Superman cape, and came back out and said, I got this. Don't worry about it. Because guess what? They were not going to put that game in Nettles' hands for him to throw another interception. Everybody in the stadium knew that. They knew that. They like, listen, we're going to go ahead. We're going to make sure that they're not running this ball. And that, like I said, that one time, it was costly. It was costly 50 yards up the field. We're still sitting here trying to figure it out. Bubba Colton, they moved him around. They moved him around on the field so tough, nobody knew where he was at. And I kept saying, you got to account for this kid. Not to mention those DBs. Listen, the DBs, you got true freshmen out there on the field. Not to mention you got a line of redshirt freshmen playing on offense. And man, you got freshmen all over the field. I'm not even getting jumping that redshirt freshman on the offensive line. These 4 here, that 3 there. Listen, guys, you had daggone freshmen on the field, period, that went out there and balled for Alabama State yesterday. And guess what? I'm going to be honest with you. They wanted it more. I mean, the bottom line is, yes, Coach Prime talked about expectation. What do you expect? Well, guys, you know what? when your motivation and your play don't meet your expectation, guess what? You catch an L. And that's what Jackson State caught today. Family, I know y'all probably pissed off with me about saying that, but I'm like I told you guys before, I am one that called it straight down the middle. And I'm glad to see that Jackson State was finally able to score some points in the third quarter, because they had not scored no points in the third quarter in what, 3 games now? So it took 4 games for them finally to go ahead and score some points in the third quarter. I'm glad they was finally able to get something moving and grooving with that. But guys, they got Southern next. Leave me a comment below and let me know, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're going to go ahead and lick their wounds and get everything together with this week, with this extra week of preparation that they're going to have before the next game? Or we're going to be looking at the same thing? Because, guys, I'm telling you, it's tough sledding from here on out. You got Southern, and then I believe you got Alabama A&M coming up next. And Alabama A&M, they ain't biting. They're not biting their tongue. They're letting it be known. The sideshow, we going to shut it down too. And guess what? Today, you got to give Alabama State their credit, because they shut down the primetime experience. The primetime show has been shut down. But until next time, guys, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below. And remember, guys, be the one and lead.